wanted to have a say in what movies are chosen for watch-alongs on YouTube channels? Do you want to have your voice heard? Are you disappointed in the channel owner's choices? Now you can. Dead Eights on Deck wants to know what content you want to see discussed. Stop by my live streams for your chance to pick the next watch-along I cover. Throw your hat in the ring when you give $5 or more in Super Chats during my next live stream.
Howdy, gang. Hey, Menelec. Hey, the poet. I'm glad to see you guys in here once again. And before we get started with the choices for cinematic turkeys tonight, which will be Drive-In Massacre and The Forest, and you're going to hear my thoughts on those here momentarily. I just want to remind everybody that because this is a live stream tonight, you once again get your chance to throw your hat in the ring and pick a film for me to do a watch along on. Now, this Saturday's watch along has already been picked by Menelec. And thank you once again, Menelec, for Menelec gave $15 in super chats. And he got his pick for The Tunnel, and he also got his pick for the upcoming watch along for this weekend, or for Saturday, this coming Saturday, for Hell House LLC. And I'm really looking forward to navigating through that film with you guys. I have seen it. I've seen all the Hell House LLC films and have loved every one of them, and thought that they were very creepy and very they had an effect on me. I'll just say that. But I'm really looking forward to watching that along with anybody, Menelec and whoever else decides to show up at 7 p.m. Eastern time for Hell House LLC this Saturday. That is the pick for the watch along. Hey, Victor. And hey, Victor, I sent you an image. I don't know if you've had, I sent it in the email. I don't know if you've had time to look at it yet, but whenever you can, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the one design. I got the one design, a design. You say you'll take a look. Yeah, just let me know whenever you get a chance, Victor. No big hurry. I will tell you it's the Terrifier design. I've still got to come up with something for Hellraiser. So if anybody wants to give a $5 super chat or more tonight, as I'm doing this live stream on Cinematic Turkeys, you can give as little as $5. And that will get you a chance to pick Sunday's watch along. Okay. So if there's one person that does that during this watch along, then they will get their pick for Sunday. If two people give $5 or more super chats, one will get the first person will get their pick for Sunday, and then the other person will get their pick for the next Saturday that I do one. And right now I'm doing watch alongs every other weekend. Okay. So that's how that works. I also want to remind people that I have a whole bunch of stuff, new designs and everything, some new candle scents, etc., etc., And I take it that Victor's been on the site kind of looking around, getting him some ideas and stuff for Christmas. Because guess what, folks? Christmas is coming up. And if you are a horror fan and want to get a gift for yourself or somebody in your family, a significant other, a son, daughter, grandchild, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, whoever in your life is into horror movies, then hop on over to deaditesondeck.com. I have a clickable link in the description for this video and or live stream. And you can just click on that and go right to the site and shop to your heart's content. We have t-shirts, we have mouse pads, we have candles, we have booga booga bears, we have blended teas, tote bags, hats. So all kinds of stuff on deaditesondeck.com. So hop on over there. And I know Victor, for one, will give his seal of approval on it. So tomorrow night, I hope to be able to do another horror movies I'm thankful for and talk about a couple of movies that I'm thankful for. If I do, that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so stay tuned for that. I know I don't have my Deadites on Deck lighted sign. I have the Hellfire Club sign going. I've been kind of lazy as of late, but I better start getting that puppy back out here to get my money's worth on it. And I really love it, and I'm really proud of it. And this is one of the designs that you can get, the Spooky Dog designs. This one has cane horror on it. So, but there are many other designs, right, Victor? There are many other designs on deaditesondeck.com. So I'll quit pimping out my shop, and we'll go ahead and get to these movies. So the first movie I want to talk about tonight is Drive-In Massacre. And that, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her name all of a sudden. I was going to tell you who this woman is dead there. Oh my gosh, I didn't think that I would. Janice Blythe, sorry. Janice Blythe, who played Ruby on the original Hills Have Eyes. That is, believe it or not, that's Janice Blythe there. She is a victim of the Drive-In Massacre, okay? Now, the thing about Drive-In Massacre is when this thing first came out, drive-ins were big. And I'm sure this movie was most effective during the heyday of drive-ins, right? We don't have as many drive-ins now. But what we have here is it's called the Sleazy 70s Slasher Classic. Severin put this out on Blu-ray. This was another one that Steve says, "Oh my Lord, why? Why did you get this one?" Well, yeah, it is a turkey, but it's a fun turkey. So some of these cinematic turkeys I'm going to be talking about in this series are fun turkeys. I enjoy, even though they're a turkey, I still enjoy watching them. And then there are some of them that I'm like, oh my gosh, how could anybody find this entertaining? But if you find it entertaining and I don't, that is perfectly fine. So this is supposedly one of the first slasher, like what they would call a true slasher film, to predate Halloween and Friday the 13th. This came out in 1976. This movie is as old as I am. I was born in 1976. And remains the closest, supposedly, you'll ever come to an actual seedy 70s driving experience, because we will never get that 70s driving experience again, right? So it's it's a very hot summer out in Southern California, and the drive-in is packed with people. But there's a sword wielding psycho. I kid you not. Sword wielding psycho in this drive in who's beheading some of the patrons to the drive in, literally. Okay. So, um, one of my all time favorite scenes in Drive In Massacre is a couple who um, have been coming to the drive-in for a while to make out and stuff. They're not a young couple. This is Janice Blythe and the guy that was playing her boyfriend. And so he's finally, said, we're going to get married and stuff. And she lets him know that, there's going to be three of them because she's pregnant. She's going to have a baby. And, real exciting stuff. And then they decide, just for old time's sake, they're going to, have sex in the back seat. And this is the one, and this just tells you how crazy this movie is. I could never envision a man turning down sex to watch a drive-in movie or any kind of movie. Like, I mean, show of hands, guys. You're not going to turn down, lovemaking with your spouse or your girlfriend or whatever to watch a movie, are you? I think that would be very rare. So that is ridiculous in and of itself. And I laugh every time because she's pulling on his arm, wanting to get him in the back seat. And usually it's the other way around. Usually the guy is wanting to get the girl or the woman in the back seat. He's like, but I just want to see this. I just want to see this. This is a great movie and stuff. And she's like, come on, And so you see her pulling on him. You see him leaning out of the car window to try to get the speaker, to bring the speaker closer, so that he can hear this great piece of cinema, evidently. Darcy, want to get down? Darcy's been sitting in my lap during the first half of this. So you also see the shadow of somebody coming with a sword, and you're like, oh, and so you see her tugging on him, see him stretching out further out the window. Then you see the sword go up and come down, and it lops off his head. She kind of pulls his body with this bloody stump where his head was, and then she starts screaming, well, thank you, Menelect. I appreciate that. Menelect's on a roll here. He says it follows, but if there's another requested movie, I'll defer to their superior choice. Well, you know what, Menelect? Since you were the first, even if somebody picks one after you, because I haven't done one for It Follows. I think that It Follows is a great choice. So it looks like, unless somebody else, throws her hat in the ring, but in any event, Middleake's going to get his choice for Saturday and Sunday. And if somebody else gives one, now if there's three, I may put them all in a hat, but let's just say just one other person picks one. They will get theirs choice for the next Saturday that I do one. If there's three, Menelec, that's when I'll put all the ones in the hat, and then it'll be the luck of the draw there, right? So we'll just see how the cookie crumbles with that. But thank you once again, Menelec, for the $5. Let me take a second to write that down. So I don't forget. Okay. And so, and thank you, bless you, Menelec. I appreciate it. And again, this is a way for you guys to support the channel, but also to get something in return. So that is essentially what I wanted to do. So who else do we have in this movie? And you may be thinking, like, Dana, is there anybody really that we would know? Yeah, John F. Goff, who had a small part in The Fog, is, I believe, one of the guys on the boat. Um, Bruce Campbell of Love Camp 7, and co-writer George Buck Flower from Back to the Future, and a ton of other stuff. Gotta love George Buck Flower, or just Buck Flower. This was also directed by adult film and episodic television veteran Stu Siegel, who did Insatiable. Um, this has got some special features on it. We've got audio commentary with the director Stu Siegel, Drive-In Days interview with star and co-writer John F. Goff, which is really interesting. I like hearing that guy talk. Norm Sheridan recalls Drive-In Massacre. And Norm Sheridan was the guy that played this real sleazy, like, peeper in the drive-in that went around peeking into people's car windows, trying to catch, some, he was just trying to get his jollies off of watching people in the back seat of their cars. And Making the Massacre interview with director Stu Siegel, and you get a theatrical trailer. I wouldn't exactly call it, packed with all new special features, but that's what Severin says. It is restored from the original camera negative if you do get the Blu-ray. Victor, you say, I have that Drive-In Massacre release, Dana. It's a fun exploitation flick with grimy 70s feel. Not a great movie, but I've seen much worse. And so have I, Victor. So have I. And you are exactly right in your description of this. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why I like this film or love this film so much, is despite its badness. It is a fun exploitation flick. It does have that grimy, gritty, mid to late 70s feel to it. You almost feel like, not so much like the theaters on 42nd Street where you have to go take a scalding hot shower after you got out of there, but you do feel a little grimy after watching it, don't you, Victor? Or at least I did anyway. And you are exactly right. We have both seen much worse. In fact, I would say the next one I'm going to talk about is a lot worse than this, and not entertaining. I mean, I have never been able to get through this next one, but I'll get to that. But Horror House on Highway 5, which I talked about last week, is worse than Drive-In Massacre. Drive-In Massacre's got some goofy characters, got some goofy dialogue, but it has a charm too. That gritty, grimy exploitation drive-in charm. It just kind of just drips that kind of stuff. And I'm not trying to be disgusting. I'm just saying it oozes it there. That's probably a better word. It oozes that. Drive-In Massacre, a lot of fun. If you can find this one for free, it may be on Tubi and other, places for free. I'm not telling you to go on Severin's site or anything and spend your hard-earned money. Find it for free first, please, folks. But I think most of you are going to find this one entertaining. The first time I saw this one, it was actually on VHS, and that kind of just enhanced the feel. Now, this is not, it may be restored from the original camera negative, but it still looks pretty rough. So you definitely still get that drive-in experience. And remember when I said that this movie probably worked best when it played in drive-ins? This is why. And this is not really giving anything away. During the final scene of Drive-In Massacre, you hear what is supposed to be the management of a drive-in that you're at telling you that, don't panic, but there's a killer loose in the drive-in. And that doesn't really work at home, but it would probably more than likely be more effective if it was at a real drive-in, when it was playing at a real drive-in. But anyway, that is Drive-In Massacre. Oh boy, guys and gals. The last one I want to talk about tonight is The Forest. Gang, this was put out by Code Red, and Code Red kind of has had an uneven history. I know the owner of Code Red is no longer with us, and the owner of Scorpion, who is Bill Olsen's brother, who is the owner of Code Red, I think they are both deceased now. And I don't want anybody to pass away or anything, but Bill Olsen was very uneven. His brother did a lot better with the releases through Scorpion than Bill Olsen ever did with any of his Code Red releases. They were a dicey bunch at best. The releases that Bill Olsen put out under the Code Red banner. Because, like, I know I'm not talking about Class Reunion Massacre, or AKA The Redeemer, and The Redeemer was actually the title they put it out under Code Red. And they actually have what I affectionately refer to as sparkler head in one scene, because one woman's head is just, it looks like her head is taken over by a gigantic sparkler. So the film doesn't look really bad with this one, but the movie is so freaking boring. In my eyes, it's boring. Now, I hear some people praise this movie and that they enjoy it and that it's a good slasher and ghost movie. What, gang, I have watched the most god-awful stuff before, but could manage to stay awake during it. And I've watched some very good stuff that I fell asleep during, okay? But I cannot get through this thing. I've had this thing for a few years, and I cannot get through it without going to sleep, okay? So what's this movie about? So two couples plan a trip into the forest, but they didn't, it sounds pretty standard. They didn't count on a killer on the loose with a taste for human flesh. Okay, so evidently it's supposed to be a cannibal ghost story, slasher, something or other. The maniac is haunted by the ghosts of his children who come to the aid of the campers in this unique, well, they call it unique, entry into the killer in the woods genre. This is from 70s exploitation director Don Jones, who also did Lethal Pursuit and Schoolgirls in Chains. Featuring cult star Gary Kent from Satan Sadists and the Thrill Killers, Stafford Morgan, the Legend of Bigfoot, and Corky Pigeon. Is that a real name? TV's Silver Spoons. Now see this slasher classic in HD. I don't know. I've tried numerous times, and I ain't kidding. I have tried numerous times to get through this movie, and I fell asleep every damn time I try to watch it. Now, like I said, there are some people who praise this movie very highly, and I'm not knocking those people for praising this film very highly. But I just, maybe one day I will maybe never bring it up again. How do I really feel about The Forest? Well, I'm telling you how I feel about it. Well, I had to bring it up again, TJ, because it's a cinematic turkey. In my eyes, it is. I'm not bringing it up for any other reason other than it's a cinematic turkey to me. Um, I know you're just teasing me, TJ, but I thought it warranted talking a little bit about again. But really, some of you out there may actually, yeah, I know it was sarcasm, TJ. I'm just yanking your chain too, just like you yanked mine. Um, I wasn't upset or anything. Uh, but um, some of you guys and gals might watch this and might look at it and say, well, this ain't that bad. And that is perfectly fine. I would never say anybody was foolish for liking this movie or any of the other movies that I talk about or disliking any of the movies I talk about. And there may come a day, like I say, where I watch it and everything clicks into place and I decide that I like it. But right now, I just consider it boring. It's a movie to fall asleep to with me. But if y'all can find a for free version and you want to check it out, I would love to hear people's thoughts on it, after you've seen it. That's right, Victor. Victor says the forest watch along. Dana falls asleep halfway through, starts snoring. Well, if one of y'all, wanted to give a super chat and throw that title out there, I would be totally, for doing a watch along for it. Cuz, sometimes the best movies to do watch alongs for are not always necessarily ones that you love. They're ones that you like to make fun of, right? Sometimes that makes the best watch along. So I would be totally up for that. So if somebody down the road wants to give or even give a super chat tonight and nobody else does, then you, after Menelect has his choices, then you would get your chance. So anyway, I can probably stay on here a minute or two more in case y'all have any questions about the movies I talked about tonight, or you want to throw your hat in the ring in order to pick a movie for an upcoming watch along. Menelect again, you're already going to get your pick for Saturday and Sunday. So it looks like it's Menelect weekend as far as the watch alongs. So Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time will be Hell House LLC. And Sunday, also starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, will be It Follows. So y'all can look forward to those coming up soon. Again, I want to remind y'all that I do have a clickable link in the description for this video for the deaditesondeck.com horror shop at deaditesondeck.com. So you don't even have to worry whether you're spelling it right or what. You can just click on it and go there. Ton of new products and designs and candle scents and all that stuff that are on the site. Tote bags, hats, mouse pads. We got it all at deaditesondeck.com. So I've been on here for about 30 minutes, so I think I'm going to call it a night. And be sure to, hopefully I'll be able to do this tomorrow night. Be sure to tune in for another DePoe, you say, are these movies they picked online? Well, I will try to look into that. I'm pretty sure Hell House LLC is the poet. I'll try to see about the forest. The forest. It Follows. I've got the forest on my brain still. I'll have to look into It Follows, and I'll try to get some links for you guys and gals that don't have a copy of the movie yourself. Okay. But hopefully I'll be able to do another horror movies I'm thankful for tomorrow night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So y'all can look forward to that and look forward to another Friday Foolish, where me and Candace are going to talk more about favorite horror authors other than Stephen King. We're going to have a second part to that. I'm not sure about Wednesday and Thursday about whether I'm going to do anything or not. I've been trying to give myself a rest in between some of these things so I don't get burnt out. And I want to keep the content hopefully fresh and vibrant and exciting, and I don't get on here and just la la la, and bore y'all to death. And I hate it that more people are coming in now, and I'm about ready to get off of here, but I guess I better get off of here while the getting's good and get a little rest for work tomorrow. But I want to thank everybody that came in here and joined me tonight. Thank you once again, Menelec, for the $5 super chat. And awesome. Thank you, TJ. The Poet, if you have Amazon Prime, TJ says they have It Follows for free as of today. So hopefully they'll still have it for free on Sunday. But I want to thank everybody that came in here and joined me for another Cinematic Turkeys. And I hope that you will continue to enjoy, and join me for all the upcoming programming. And I guess that's it for me. I'm off like a dirty shirt. This shirt ain't dirty, but I'm off like one. And I want to remind everybody, as I always do before I get off of here for the night, to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. Yes, you can pick up that shirt design with that phrase on it, as well as many other cool designs over at deadicesondeck.com. Just click in the link in the description for this video, take you right to my shop. So I'm out of here for now, but I'll see everybody next time.